lighting on here is fine, but on the main computer it's not. Maybe if I turn you round, this might be easier. This might work a little bit better. No, that's not going to work better. Jesus Christ. Right, let me turn you around here. Stay with me. We'll turn you around this side. You can come around as well. Morning. It's really nice in my office because we get the sunshine and the light, but then it completely stuffs up for filming. Okay, so, right, there we go. That was hard work. Right, so Instagram, you're with us. Good morning. Good to see you. TikTok, good morning. Yeah, it's pretty cool, Mark. It's pretty good. We get a lot of great light in here. Problem with great light is when it's all glass, it can mess with it a little bit because you end up with great sun coming through, but it can mess us up. James March, good morning. Shane, good morning. Hope everyone's doing well. Okay, so what we're talking about today is grab my coffee, Making Money 2024, what we're doing, what we're not doing, what we're doing differently this year, because I think it's important to talk about that as well. Last year for me was good. I was really happy with it. But I also found that there were parts of what we were doing but wasn't as effective as it could be. And a lot of the time, most of you will realize this as well, most of the time, the problems are actually us. We're actually the bottleneck, which can be quite annoying. If you're with us on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, the camera seems to be, oh no. Let's try that again. Camera settings. Bear with me, everyone else. The joys of trying to multi-stream. There we go. So you guys here on TikTok, you guys here on Instagram, and then I've got another camera here and we're going live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn as well. So when you see me trying to prat about doing different things, that's why. So yeah, back into the flow of what we're talking about. There were great things for us last year. There were things that actually slowed me down. And I'll give you a prime example. This is a prime example. So we were working with big companies where there's 100 employees doing 15 million, 20 million a year. We were working with coach consultants, experts. So we were being pulled pillar to post in what we were doing. So although we were getting the results, it was very stop-starty. If I had 7 client calls in a day, 1 minute I'm talking to this industry, then it's this industry, then it's over here, then it's a big company, then it's a small company, which is manageable, but it's also really draining. So what we've done this year is we've changed that around. Although we are working with a handful of larger companies, and I don't mean large, but I mean sort of 5 to 20 salespeople, the majority of the businesses that we're going to work with are going to be solo business owner-led sales. So coaches, consultants, experts, people that have set a business up where they're doing all the hats. And what we want to do is give them their time back, scale their business with better systems. And this is where the salespeople come into it. We get a lot of people in our audience, whether, good morning, Paul Rolfe, whether that's salespeople on TikTok, Insta, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, that are a bit bored of working in companies. They don't want to work for someone. They want to have a bit more freedom. They're confident on their skills. They want to branch out. They want to get a new career. So what we've now done is instead of having all of these different places we're working with, now we work with the smaller business. So they might be making between 5 and 100 grand a month with different products. And what we're doing is helping them improve their systems, processes, scripts, objection handling. We work with them every day to make money. Then we replace them in the process with a high ticket closer, right? So that means you've got a business, suddenly you're not doing the sales. Boom, you're happy, you can live your life. Then on the flip side, we're going to help. The plan is to help 40 people become highly skilled high ticket closers and then place them once we've trained them over 12 weeks with our clients. So they both then are working in tandem. So right now, if I've got 2 groups of 6 people, that's because we've already got 12 people that want high ticket closers. So I think this person will be good with Jamie, and this person will be good with Sarah, this person will be good with Steve, this person will be good with this company, and so when we're training them, they're going to then go up and close their leads. These people we've already worked with, so it becomes more aligned. Now, why did that all come about? Well, the reason being, when people were joining our programs, and this is something, if anyone's got a business now, you've got to really think about, is what problems you cause by the solutions that you fix. So think of it like this. If you magically in your business help people generate leads, but they don't know how to close, the problem now is you've got too many leads and not enough revenue. With what we were doing, we were helping business owners scale so they were making loads of money, but the business owner didn't want to spend all their time in the sales process. Eventually, they wanted to scale and grow. So instead of them then having to find salespeople, we now prep and build the business up. We get them to make more money, and then we're training other people and then matching them together. So that's one of the areas that's different for us this year. What that's going to mean is everything we're doing is aligned. If we're talking to clients, we can be thinking about the high ticket closers. If we're talking to high ticket closers, we're also thinking about clients, and then we move forward. And one of the interesting things is there's a lot of opportunity for high ticket closers. For people that want to be a high ticket closer, it's when you're really good, it's great because you can name a price really, because you don't need to be a risk. By the way, the 526 likes on TikTok, I appreciate it. Thank you. You're a bit of a risk if you're being brought in. They're going to give you a wage for the next 3 months to see if you can do it. With a high ticket closer, you can say, hey, hand me some leads and I'm just going to go to work. And that's the big difference with what a lot happens here. So because the problem then becomes is the high ticket closer doesn't know who to go to because they don't know actually if their company's any good. The company doesn't know which closer to hire because they don't know if they're any good. So as we're acting in the middle, what that means for our side is going to help us because it helps our clients have confidence with the closer have confidence with the clients as well. And that's what we really want to make sure we're doing. Now, think about with what you're doing in your life and in your business. Where are the bottlenecks right now in what you're actually doing? Because there's normally there's something that's slowing us down. There's something that's actually, when this happens, delivery, logistics, closing deals, generating leads. If that one area was opened up, that happened, the fulfillment, suddenly your business can grow far faster. And that's one of the areas we've got to look at our own business as well. Right, we're going to do some questions. So if you've got questions, pop them in the chat, whether you're on Insta, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn. We're trying to get on here every morning just because that's a good habit to have. And then next week, we might move it to a lunchtime-ish and then see how those go as well. So if you've got chats, if you've got questions, pop them in the chat. It always pops up here. More likes can attract viewers. Keep it up. So if you're tapping the screen, thank you. 767 likes. I appreciate it. Rex is just having a look at CRM for today. Good man. Yeah, it is a beautiful morning, buddy. So no, Rex, we're not hiring sales reps for us because we're at the stage at the moment where as high ticket closers are coming through, they're normally moving into that. But we do need high ticket closers. We've just took on a load more people into our Conversations to Clients program. Which is the scale up business. So we need more high ticket closers. We're probably going to be on 6 in the next week into our paid program and then work with them for 12 weeks and they'll go off and do it. So anyone wants to know about that, hit the link in my bio or just drop me a DM. I think the only link in there is for the Conversations to Clients. So just DM me. Chaz says, I sell a service, surveys and reports to a specific niche of business clients. Any tips? How are you selling? That would be the big question. So you're doing phone, Zoom, how are you generating leads? A lot of pieces to that puzzle. Rex, I was closing sales in my sleep last night. Hey, Silver, good to see you. Random guy, you know he gets, you know he gets sales, don't you? Thanks, random guy. Mark Mayer, good to, hey, bro. Redis, good morning. Mark, good. Hello. What we got here? I don't even know what that means. Louis says, what do you actually sell? So we help businesses scale, and that's through systems, processes, training. So some companies will just go in and work with their sales team. Other ones will help build out their client journey. You can see a bit of this stuff here. Any of you that's on LinkedIn, I mean up there. So we'll look at the way they currently sell. We'll make an improved version. It's a bit like taking a Merc C180 and turning it into a track car. We look at all the components of the vehicle. We find what's working, what's not. We adjust certain areas and make it perform better. And then once they're making money and we've helped them recover revenue, then we help replace them with a high ticket salesperson. HR10, excuse me. Tips for cold calling. Yeah, be resilient. Enjoy the flow. Hey, CC, happy Friday to you. If you want a tip for cold calling, is fall in love with the process, not the result, because some days are going to suck. And other days are going to be just absolutely easy. And instead of always looking for the sale, look just to get to that next stage, that next point, and develop your skills. A lot of people in cold calling want to just hammer the phone, but actually become more skilled in what you're doing at each point, and look at your data. That makes a difference. Raul says, why does it matter that customers feel like we're actively thinking when pitching? Why does it matter that customers feel like we're actively thinking when pitching if they qualify? I don't know what you mean. Do you mean why does it help to show that you're thinking? Well, it doesn't feel as structured. It doesn't feel as pitchy with it. And also people like to feel that things are tailored. If you go to an a la carte restaurant, you pay a lot more because it's made to order, but it's not made just uniquely for you. So people quite like that stuff. So that's really what we're doing at the moment. If you're stuck on where you've been making money, there's a huge amount of people out there, which I follow, which have got some really cool tips. Charlie Lawrence is one of them. If you don't know him, go and check him out. He does really well on TikTok. He does a lot of, he goes off and tests out side hustles, and really does well. Personally, I think everyone now should be looking to get more freedom in their life and become more accountable for the skills they've got. Morning, Andy. Morning, Char. Good to see you. I think for a lot of the time and out there, people have a high expectation in a job. They're just going to automatically get looked after, which is true. You should, but a lot of the time you're not. And actually, if we work on ourselves, you're better as an employee, but then you have the freedom and the confidence to then not have to be an employee if you don't want to. I think it makes a massive difference. Yusef Rickhanna, how do you get business owners' contact details for cold calling? Okay, so it depends what you're looking to do. You can do something simple like Google. You can just go that raw with it. Depends who you're trying to contact. And there's other places out there when you look at Rocket Reach, Zoom Info, other ones where you pay or you hire someone to go off and you give them a spec and they'll go and collect that data. You'll be surprised on the amount of people out there that actually put things like mobile numbers and other stuff on their LinkedIn, public knowledge, and that data is just there where you can contact them. Rails, I sell solar and battery door-to-door in Australia. Your tips have actually been helpful. Thanks, pal. I'm glad to do it. Is it your business or are you working as a sales pro? Let me know. Slide in the DMs anytime if we can help. It's really good seeing when you guys are coming in. Like today, this isn't a busy time. Fridays are always a lot slower on things like live at this time because a lot of people are chilling out a bit more. So even when we come into this, to give you context, even on LinkedIn, so say for Instagram, 80 people go through that live. In that same live, 5,000 people will typically come through on TikTok. So whether it's quiet on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Insta, it doesn't matter because TikTok, and the times that TikTok isn't as busy, the others normally are. This is why it's so important that if you're going to do things like lives, which is marketing, that's all we're doing here. We're talking, you're getting used to seeing me here. You're hearing stuff. People like Rails, for example, is following the content, picking up tips, implementing them tips, making money. Then he's like, crap, this is great. That's how we generate our clients. Because a lot of the time out there, you can spend your time just following this stuff. It makes it harder. Okay, Yusef, I live in Egypt and I've been trying to contact business owners. Contact details for SBMA. Phone calls isn't a viable option. Why is phone calls not an option? For me, a big part of what we do, I'll always lean towards the phones. The phones are such a valuable tool, and it's really underused in the right way. There's a lot of amateurs out there, and if you become a professional, you can really stand out. JR Valatin, good to see you. How's things with you? Always good to see you in on the lives. I think you've been getting some good results as well, which is great. Yeah, Yusuf, it's hard to know the best way for you to play it if you're not going to go off and do the phones. Find a way. Are you saying that no one in Egypt has phones? They don't prefer the phone? So then you look at what is the lowest friction way to communicate with people. I think the phone's voice note video are the best ways for you to get into contact with people. And instead of trying to do a sale, you're breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. It becomes far, far easier. Right, I've literally got 3 minutes and then we need to go because I've got calls today. I think we've got 10:30 till 11 and then it goes all the way. David says, is your hair a midlife crisis thing? Hey, David, is you commenting on a random person's live a midlife crisis thing? Here's one of the most interesting things that I find. Hey, Humza, good to see you. When most people out there will comment something negative, they're normally stuck in their mum's basement and they've got internet for half an hour. So that's the only chance they get and they come up with something negative. If someone doesn't like your hair in life, it's not going to bother you. It shouldn't anyway. Anytime, I'm a 43-year-old man. The time that I start doing my hair based on other men, it's not really a vibe that we're going for. But I appreciate you dropping in, David, and letting me live in your head rent-free. Rails, when are we doing live next? We're back on Monday. I think we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm talking at Social Media Mastery Live up in Birmingham to like 120 people, I think. So we will be doing that, but that'll be on the road. But Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll be doing lives as normal from the office. We're going to try and get more engagement with this, and then we're probably going to put on some live online events, some real world events as well. We're testing the water with that. So that's the plan. Jen's best cold calling tip. As I said to this earlier, thanks for dropping in. Fall in love with the process, work on your skills, and track the data. Look at what you're doing and when you're doing it. A lot of people just blindly go through cold calling and they don't plan for how to improve. They don't understand where the flaws are in what they're doing. And so it's really hard to improve because you're not tracking what you're managing to achieve. If you go, okay, I'm cold calling for 5 hours a day. This is the amount of people I speak to. This is the typical answer rate. My average call is 48 seconds. I get hung up on 15 times, blah, blah, blah. And you've got all this data. Then it doesn't bother you on the bad days because you just follow the reps. A lot of the time out there, if mentally you're having a slower day, a tired day, you're frustrated, little things can bother you far more because we're not going off and actually doing it. And this is why when you've got things like cold calling is a great way to get through to people, but it's really important to work on your skills so you're the most effective you can be. And it is only costing you your time. That's the big difference. Yes, paid advertising, you can spend money and it doesn't take your time, but it costs you a lot of money. And you could put tens of thousands of pounds into it without it. The great thing about cold calling is if you're doing cold calling right and you're doing it B2B, for example, you're building a network of people that you can keep nurturing those conversations with. B2C is not the same, but B2B, it's really, really good. Right, we're out of here. Go and have a good day, Sam Thompson. Good to see you. Thank you, everyone, for dropping in. I will see you all on Monday. Go and have a strong finish to the week. See you later, TikTok. See you later, Insta. See you later, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn.